How does one determine what kind of grass to choose for their yard or their landscape in Texas?
Well, Randy, the first thing we have to determine is the climate and the region that the turf would be adaptable to. And there's a lot of zone charts you look at, but that's the first primary element. You have to determine, is this sod right for me in my part of Texas? Texas is a big place. There's a lot of varieties and a lot of uses for them. The second thing we need to consider is, after we make a selection that we can use this in the climate, will this grass be adapted to your particular situation, to your particular front yard or backyard? And when you're considering if it's adapted, you have to think about, number one factor typically with homeowners is shade. And so that would limit you right away to certain grasses. The next factor you would look at would probably be the levels of maintenance that are required from all these species. And you probably think you just mow, water, and fertilize them all equally, but all grasses are not created equally. You've got St. Augustine, which is a very, very low maintenance grass, shade, but at the same time, if you tried to put buffalo in Houston, Texas, it would be demised with Bermuda grass within 2 years.
Or weeds.
Or weeds. You have to determine the level of maintenance that you intend to put into your turf grass, because these turf grasses all require different levels of maintenance. St. Augustine, for example, takes a moderate amount of fertilizing, insecticides for certain insects. Where you go to the zoysia, you would hardly use insecticides and very little chemical at all, and very little fertilization, about half the fertilization of this. So there's a lot of characteristics about these grasses you need to know, and there's a lot of good information at texasgrass.com.
If you have any more questions on any of this, get the grass facts at texasgrass.com.